Good afternoon from the KUOW newsroom. This is Seattle Now. I'm your host, Paige Browning, with today's top stories. It's Tuesday, June 16th. The FBI is investigating a shooting this morning near the Canadian border in Blaine, Washington. Gabriel Spitzer has more.
A U.S. Border Patrol agent fired shots, and a person was injured and transported to the hospital. Customs and Border Patrol said in a statement that its agent was not hurt. They say a firearm was recovered at the scene. The shooting happened just west of Peace Arch Historical State Park, about 100 yards from the border. The FBI called it an isolated incident and said there's no danger to the public. Gabriel Spitzer, KUOW News.
A separate investigation's getting underway after a deadly military plane crash. We've now learned that 2 of the 8 people killed in yesterday's B-52 bomber crash in Southern California worked for Boeing. Boeing says in a statement it's offering support to the families of its workers who died. The crew on board was conducting a test flight and included service members and government contractors and civilians. The military plane went down shortly after takeoff from Edwards Air Force Base yesterday morning. Investigators say it's still too early to know the cause of the crash. The last day of classes for Seattle Public Schools is tomorrow. And as Noelle Gasca reports, the head of the district is already discussing campus safety changes students may see next year.
At a media roundtable on Tuesday, Superintendent Ben Scholdener said more fences could be put up at schools like Ingram High School over the summer. He's also open to discussing adding weapon detectors to schools in the future.
I think in Seattle, there's this idea that fences or cameras or even weapons detectors is somehow making the schools feel like prisons. It's the exact opposite. I want schools to feel like where rich people live, in cathedrals, T-Mobile Park.
The superintendent said he won't force the weapon detectors on schools, but families and students are already asking for them. Noelle Gasca, KUOW News.
Security is also on the mind in a very big way down near Seattle's stadiums. And here's one way it's being handled. The Seattle Police Department has set up a number of small, designated protest zones around Lumen Field for the Men's World Cup. An SPD spokesperson told the Seattle Times these areas provide a space for everyone to exercise their First Amendment rights. Some people have already been protesting against the presence of ICE agents during the tournament. Then there's the upcoming June 26th match between Egypt and Iran, which could draw political or LGBTQ Pride Month protests. The numbers are in, by the way, from Seattle's first ever FIFA World Cup game. It was nearly an absolute sellout at Lumen Field, with almost 67,000 people in the stands, as first reported by Cairo 7. The venue can hold about 200 more people than were in attendance. And the crowd got loud. The roar of cheering registered on earthquake monitoring sensors tracked by the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network. The first visible waves on the meter came when Egypt scored. It's not the busiest news day ever in Seattle, but here's a few more things to know about. There's an infant formula recall. Nara Organics has voluntarily recalled its recent batches of powdered infant formula, which was sold in Target stores and online, after babies in 3 states had to be treated for botulism. The Washington State Health Department says one is a Thurston County baby. 2 assisted living organizations are suing Washington State over spending cuts. They allege that lawmakers approved a budget that will cause an unconstitutional delay in their Medicaid reimbursement rates. They say it's going to make it harder for the facilities to help Medicaid clients. The Washington Healthcare Association and Leading Age Washington filed the suit last week. Last call for low tides. Puget Sound's lowest tides of the year continue tomorrow around 1 p.m. Water levels will drop more than 3.5 feet below the baseline. Good etiquette is to keep pets away from exposed sea life, avoid picking up animals, and touch with one wet finger. And finally today, Mariners fans are looking forward to seeing Cal Raleigh hit the field at T-Mobile Park tonight. The M's catcher has been playing in the minors to ramp back up following an oblique injury in May. First pitch tonight's at 6:40 against Baltimore. Next time on Seattle Now, the Crocodile Complex in Belltown is under new ownership that wants to revive its 2 smaller venues that closed. The new owner is the Comedy Tent, which runs a lot of venues already, including a mixed-use club in Pittsburgh.
Their mix is about 30% comedy, 30% music, and they also do a lot of independent original programming, things from a Mario Kart tournament, various lecture series, fake proms, and various parties and things like that.
Hear more about the future of the Crocodile Wednesday morning. That's all for today from the KUOW newsroom in Seattle. Our producer is Andy Hurst. I'm Paige Browning. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. See ya.